Yeah. Yeah, guess what he does with.
All right, good evening and welcome to the Monday, September 23rd meeting of the City of Shore County, City Council, the City of Shoreacres. Ms. Goodman, will you call the roll?
Mayor,
Present.
Pro-Tem Mayor Jerome,
Present.
Alderwoman Ramos. Present. Alderman Grayson,
Present.
Alderman Hoskin,
Present.
and Alderman West.
Present.
We have a quorum. All right, join me in the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. All right. Thank you guys for coming out this evening. Item 3.0, special presentations. We have none this evening. Item 4.0, council reports and requests. Item of community interest or specific requests from council members for the city manager to address at a future meeting. Mr. Bell, you got anything?
No, sir, I don't.
Mr. Haas?
No.
Mr. Grease?
No.
Ms. Ramos?
No.
Mayor Pro Tem McCann? No, sir. Y'all are bored. Item 5.0, public hearing and public comments. Item 5.1 is going to be a 2024-2025 budget hearing and public testimony on the proposed budget that we've been discussing for a while. The highlights, if you call them that, we got a 3% across the board, cost of living increase, buying one new police vehicle, buying a used vehicle for public works, which should be much better than what they have. And obviously the biggest change breaking is in our EMS. That's a very large. So with that said, does anybody want to discuss the 2024-2025 budget? I'm good. Anybody? Nothing?
Okay. Well, I don't know if this is the right. Or if there's this kind of discussion.
Oh, it's about the, if you got something to say about the budget, this is right for.
Okay, George Ashworth, 1327 Windley. I'm curious how much after last year or last week's meeting, I'm curious how much we know about the EMS component, because I know you guys had negotiated a yearly amount, but as far as I understood, there's no contract. I don't know if you have sample contracts of what their terms are usually like.
No, we anticipate, we put 3 months in the budget itself to do that process.
Okay.
So we're hoping to start up by around January 1st. So there'll be contracts made available.
Okay. Yeah, my understanding was the current contract requires 3 months notice to break.
The 90-day clause, yes.
Okay, just curious. Thank you.
Okay, hearing none, no more. We'll go to 5.2, which is the,
We don't get a chance to.
we go back. Go ahead, Mr. Hoskin.
I have a couple of points. One is the Fed just decreased the rates by 50 basis points. They'll probably do so again this year. So the one revenue item where we have $68,000 for interest is probably going to be off. And what I would recommend we do is, since that's coming from the savings, we should keep it in savings and expense whatever's in there as going back to savings and not actually use it for this year. Because at some point, we're going to have to build our savings back up as well. And I have one other question, and that is again on the EMS costs. Which budget are we doing? We're going off a revision 2, is that correct?
Yes, September the 3rd, I believe, was the
Yeah, the last one.
last budget that we had.
It's showing a proposed budget of $154,000 for emergency medical service.
Correct. That accounts for 3 months of Windsor and 9 months of.
Oh, I got you. That's right, because we have to give them 3 months notice. Okay, that was just that one question. And then of course, like I mentioned, the savings, that interest that we should be earning. I don't know that we can accurately forecast it at this point.
I mean, you can, when we vote on the budget itself, you can make amendments to it. You
Right.
do whatever you want.
Yeah, but I get a head start on all that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay, moving on. Item 5.2, 2024 proposed tax rate hearing, public testimony on the proposed tax rate of 0.820940 per $100 of appraised valuation. Before I take testimony, the first chart here shows what it would be for $100,000 per $100,000. If you are an investor, in other words, you have a rental house, you have no homestead exemption at all. Your yearly tax would go up by $86.73 per $100,000 of appraised value, or $723 per month. And the homeowner, $578, and the over 65, if this is your first year and your taxes haven't been frozen yet, it'll be $289. And then on I think our median house appraisal value is about $247, so on $250,000. If you're an investor, again, a rental house, your taxes will go up $216.84, or about $18 a month. If you're a typical homeowner with a standard deduction, your taxes will go up $175 a year, or $14.40 a month. And if you're over 65 and this is your first year and haven't been frozen yet, they'll go up about $11.50 a month on a median priced home in the city. Okay, with that said, anybody want to comment on the proposed tax rate? No. Okay. And thus ends the tax rate hearing. Item 5.0. Item 5.3 is public comments. This is the opportunity for the public to address council. Time is limited to 5 minutes per speaker. Comments are to be directed to the council, and dialogue with the audience is not permitted. Council members are prohibited by law from participating in discussion or deliberation of items not specifically identified on the agenda. And this is where you can talk about anything you want to. Anything, George?
I guess. Still,
Name, address, the whole word.
I'm still George. I still live on Windley, 1327. Yeah, I was just thinking about it. Last week, I don't think you guys did a final vote on the EMS, right? So I guess I'm wondering, is there going to be a separate vote on that? Just whether to do it? Or is it just kind of baked into the budget?
What?
My impression is we're doing it on the 14th when we do the budget.
On October the 14th, we will have a vote on the proposed budget and a vote on the tax rate. Now, as far as when we switch EMS, is that your question?
Yeah, or whether to.
Or whether we switch?
Yeah.
Yeah, that will be, actually, we've approved it in the budget, but council will have to approve the contract to make a switch. So in other words, no, this won't be the final vote on whether we switch EMS or not. This will be the final vote on whether we are allowed to, or we're giving city manager enough latitude to work on that contract and then propose it to us. And then council will vote on the actual switch.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right. Anybody else want to comment on anything at all? Grass mowed, garbage pickup?
How about the ditches? Is that our responsibility to mow? Because I know we have the mower over there. Do they come around and mow the ditches like?
Hop up.
Them?
Hop up.
Oh.
It's just a legal thing. You got to say your name.
Chase McGord, 530 Oakdale Avenue. I'm just curious about the ditch mowing procedure. Like, I've been mowing it myself. I'm just curious. Do they come around like quarterly and mow them, or how's that work?
So it's kind of a double-edged sword. In most cities, the resident, whoever owns the property, is responsible all the way out to the street.
Yeah.
This city, way before my time, before anybody's time up here, decided to mow the deep ditches in the city. And a lot of residences have buried culverts, so it's level all the way out to the street. So the city for years has mowed the deep ditches.
Yeah.
And now we've had more and more people that want us to mow their ditches, but no, we don't mow everybody's ditch.
Yeah, I'm just curious. I've been mowing it myself already. I'm just.
It will
curious
look
about
much better if you mow it.
Probably, yeah. That brings me to my next question. If I want to have culverts put in, is there like can I do that? Or is there like a certain person we have to use to do that? I mean,
There's not a certain person. There is a procedure though. If you'll
Yeah.
get with me after the meeting, I'll talk to you about how to do that.
Okay.
It's not hard, but there is a procedure. It has to be
Okay.
permitted.
yeah, I mean, I think it'll look nicer with culverts.
Yeah.
It'd be easier to mow, but I mean, that's all I got.
All right,
Appreciate it.
thank you. Okay. Moving on, items, we have nothing on items, no administrative reports, all right? So we're going to move to item 7.0 business. And item 7.1 is resolution 2024-09-01, closing water and sewer infrastructure project 21775. Do I have a motion?
I move that we approve resolution 2024-09-01.
I have a motion from Mr. Hoskins. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second from Ms. Ramos. Mr. Harrison?
This is simply closing out our water and sewer projects. It has to have, I signed it originally, and they wouldn't accept it. They wanted council approval, so we had to create a resolution that has the actual words that it's being closed out with the amount of money you see there. So once you approve that, I'll get that back to Kerry Lackey tomorrow. We'll pay our final bills on it, and we'll be able to collect our retainage.
Yeah, so if you look at this actual project, it's the water line from Laporte. And I had a graphic up there, but I took it down, but the original project was 90 days with 120 on the outside, and it lasted 1,315 days. This was worst project of the bunch, let me tell you. And since it was my recommendation, I'll take full responsibility for that. It was a mistake. Okay, do I have any discussion on this particular project and closing out the entire thing? And we got like, what, $40,000 or so left, like that will be. It won't be refunded to us, it'll be released to us. Anything? Hearing nothing, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And resolution 2024-09-01 passes unanimously. And item 8.0 adjournment. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
I heard a motion from Mr. Hoskins. Do I hear a second?
Second.
And I have a second from Mayor Pro Tem McCown. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And we are adjourned as of 6:12 p.m. Good meeting. Let's go home.
No, it's not a record. It's not a record.
Yeah.
Just a second, I'll talk.
Yeah. Thank you.
Take care.
Oh, thanks for coming. Come back.
Yeah, back anytime. Thank you. I think that was it. I never know.
Right. Man.
They're still in my truck. The only problem, there's a bunch of nails.
The stock is recorded.
If we'll take it.
I'll follow
I mean,
behind you in case you drop them off.
Don't want to have them.
How hard are they gonna be to get out?
It shouldn't be too hard because, I mean, play it anywhere now.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just gonna take it to the recycle center and stuff. So it's